Hi, this is Felice. I'm here in Austin, Texas at Consensus with Supermoon Camp. And we are here interviewing all different types of people in Web3 that are involved in the NEAR ecosystem. I am here with Alex right now. And Alex, tell us a little bit about your background and what brought you to Web3.
Okay, so I'm Alex. My background is I studied computer science with studying information security, cryptography, and compiler theory in college. In one of my classes, we had to read the Bitcoin white paper and basically understand like how it's all like how the blockchain itself is like kept together cryptographically. And I thought, if Bitcoin is like so relevant that I'm learning about it in college, this is something I need to like study more seriously. And this was like 7 years ago. So I bought my first Bitcoin around 500. It was lower than 500. Started getting into Ethereum. And yeah, it kind of took it from there. But early on in Ethereum, I didn't like, I bought into the DAO, lost a bit of money on that. And I thought, why are we like doing a hard fork to get all the money out? Like, it just seems like they're going to break the blockchain and like basically show that the system isn't like decentralized, trustless, immutable. All the things that they advertised, they were willing to like go back on that. And I was like, I don't really like this. And then it forked. Ethereum Classic came out, and I liked that. And I was like, never really sold on Ethereum until I started until DeFi came out. I was really kind of bearish on Ethereum because it's like no use case, they've compromised the security by forking it. Like, what's there to bring? And then eventually I came around to Ethereum again. And yeah, I guess that's kind of some of my background.
Sounds like quite a journey, and that you had a lot of learning, and now you're here and you're a part of this community, which is super exciting. Speaking of community, what brought you to the NEAR protocol, and are you building anything?
Yeah, so what I like about NEAR is that they decouple their transaction ordering from state transition, which I know it's a very technical thing, but basically right now in Ethereum, your transactions go into the blockchain and they have to execute immediately upon being received. And the nodes having to execute the transactions and having that tied to the ordering of those transactions creates like a lot of these MEV sandwich attack opportunities and it also slows the network down and makes it less scalable. So when you have like separate systems that it's like, oh, hey, here are all the transactions coming in, here are all the orders, or whatever is happening, and then having them be executed like separately, even like with a delay of like 15 seconds, from an end user's perspective, if their transaction settles, like gets like confirmed and put in a block and doesn't actually execute for 15 seconds, no one really notices that. And so I think that way of sharding and decoupling transaction ordering from state transition is like the key to scalability, and very few projects have taken that approach. And so what am I building? My project, evm.finance, is like a DeFi mega aggregator that lets you track your balances and transactions across multiple EVM chains, and also allowing you to swap and interact with multiple DeFi protocols from a single interface. And so NEAR has an EVM shard. It's not really a shard. I don't know how to describe it, but they've got a contract that executes the EVM inside of their VM. It's complicated. I don't fully understand it, but it's compatible with us, and they're in our pipeline right now. So that's good.
Great. We can't wait to see what you bring to us in the future here at the Supermoon Camp. Just one last question before we head back out to Consensus. Wanted to know your craziest crypto story.
I would say I'd say investing in the DAO and being like against the hard fork, I guess, was kind of crazy, because I felt like, I learned all this stuff about cryptography and the blockchain's supposed to be decentralized and immutable, but it wasn't. And it was kind of weird, like feeling like I'm like the black sheep of like the whole ecosystem. Like, I don't like, my opinion goes against what the popular consensus narratives are, I guess, a lot of the time.
Well, I think that's part of the fun of being part of crypto and DeFi is that we're able to ask questions, the hard questions, and to keep innovating to solve for some of those problems. So thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your time that you're here at Consensus.
All right. Thank you.